Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a thrift flip video where I take items I have recently thrifted and I upcycle them to something that is more my style, either for my home or for resale. I think y'all gonna enjoy today's video, so let's get started on the projects. I had these 3 styrofoam trees in my stash, and I also had these 3 types of batting. I had no clue what it was when I thrifted it, but I just really liked the look of it and the texture of it, and of course I love the color. This is going to be a very quick, easy, simple project. I'm just going to hot glue the batting all around the bottom of the tree, and then I'm going to wrap it all the way to the top and then hot glue it again. You could hot glue the whole thing. I decided not to do that. That way, if I wanted to remove the batting and use it for other projects, I could. I've seen this project done in a ton of different ways, so I feel like it's something you could get very creative with. Just look around your craft stash and see what you have on hand that you could wrap around these styrofoam trees. Even if it's fabric, you could cut it up into strips. You could mix different textures and colors, and then at the top, you could also add a star. I did want to do that, but I just didn't have any stars that were the perfect size. I've also seen them with little wreaths in the middle at the top, and I thought that was also very cute. There are just so many possibilities with this project, so have fun with it. And I made mine with more of a winter theme. I went with, a very neutral white palette, but you could also definitely make it more of a Christmas theme. So like I said, this project is very simple. I just took my 3 different types of batting and I wrapped them around my 3 different foam trees, and then this project was done. I found these 2 cement pieces at the Goodwill bins and I love them so much. I actually tried to make these myself out of cement, but it was a complete fail. So if you've had a success with that, definitely leave me a comment below. However, I do not like the yellow look of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to update them, make them a little bit more my style. This is my favorite gold pen. I've tried a lot of them and I find this one is the best. It writes so easy and it puts out this bright gold color. It almost looks like gold foil. So I'll have a link to it in the description below if you are interested in it. So what I'm doing with the gold pen is just kind of loosely going over all the parts that is supposed to be the string on this cement piece. And I'm hoping in the end it kind of looks like a gold string and adds a little bit of shine to this piece. Then I'm going to take some Fusion Milk Paint in the color Hotel Robe. If you haven't used milk paint before, it comes in a powder form and you mix with half water and half of the powder. And I actually put a little bit more water in here because I just want to kind of do a wash. I like the look of this piece, but I don't like the yellow tones that are coming out. So if we do a white wash, it'll kind of get rid of that. And for me, for the winter time, I love the combination of white and gold. And then once I have the whole piece painted, I'm going to take a dry paper towel and just dab some of the paint off. Because like I said, I just want it to have a white wash over it. I don't want it to be completely white. And you see the spot where there's too much yellow coming through. I'm just going to dab more paint on there and just kind of smooth it out with my finger. So you just keep playing with it until you get the look that you want. And then after it dried, I ended up sanding it down a little bit because I wanted some more of that texture to come through. So let me know what y'all think of the before and of the after. Now, if you want your gold to be more shiny in the end, then you would just save that step for last. I wanted a more muted look here. I love the way they came out, and these plants that I had on hand fit perfectly on here. I think this is perfect not only for winter but for year around, and these are actually available on the website if you're interested in purchasing them. Whenever I see these little baskets at a thrift store, always grab them. Most of the time they come with a candle in them, and I just pull that out and throw that away. and I think they pair perfectly with faux plants. It just gives it a little extra decor, a little extra texture, and of course it is the holiday season, so I'm just going to add some trees in mine, and I love the way that this looks. So definitely be on the lookout for these little baskets when you are out thrifting. I purchased this piece at the Goodwill bins. I love the shape and the look of this brass planter, but somebody had filled it with spray foam already. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it at the time, but I just knew that I had to rescue it. Whenever you're out thrifting, be on the lookout for very inexpensive Christmas trees, because you can cut all the branches and the little pieces off the Christmas trees and use that to embellish your decor and your thrift lip. So these are just little pieces that I cut off a Christmas tree. Honestly, I've used this Christmas tree for probably 5 years. You can get so much greenery off of one Christmas tree. So I'm putting it in the holes that are already there, but the foam is kind of still soft enough where I can actually push the greenery through in new places if I need to. I'm just adding the greenery to one half of the planter. I'm going to do something else with the other half. And I also found that just bending over the top of the greenery picks made it look a lot more natural than just having it sticking straight up. It also kind of filled in some of the gaps and made it a little bit thicker. Okay, so this is where the project turned into a total hot mess. I don't know what I was thinking. I hate using this snow. It is such a mess, and this time was no exception. I was trying to figure out a way to permanently attach it in the planter, so I started off with hot glue and immediately realized that that wasn't going to work out. So I decided to take my decoupage medium and cover all the foam and then put the snow on top of it. Now, this probably did keep some snow on there once it dried, but I realized that really wasn't going to work anyway. And then I thought, you know what? I don't need the snow to permanently stay on there. I think if you wanted it to be permanent, your best option would most likely be resin, but I didn't want to get into all of that, so I just gave up on trying to get it to permanently stick and just got it to look the way that I wanted. And I ended up doing a few different types of faux snow just to get the most realistic look. And if you've had success with getting the snow to permanently stay in place, y'all leave a comment below on how you did it. That way the rest of the viewers and me will know for future reference. So now I have a huge mess going on in my workspace, but I'm just going to try to ignore it and move on with the project. I thrifted this box of vintage Christmas items, and I want to try to make a little scene. So I'm going to add in these little trees. I hot glued them. I don't know if that really worked or not. As you can tell, I don't normally work with these types of materials, but you know, we're figuring stuff out as we go. So I'm going to add in some Christmas trees. Then I'm going to add in those cute little deer. Now I want to add in some touches of red. So I have this little wreath. I think it was like a candle wreath that I thrifted. And I'm just going to cut it apart. It has some little pickberries and stuff. And I'm just going to open it up. And I'm just going to randomly stick it into the little forest of trees that I made. And as you can see, I have a little chubby handed helper at this part that is totally not making more of a mess. So I'm just adding it in until I have the look that I want. And then I also added a small little ribbon around the brass planter. You'll see that in the end. I did not videotape me doing that. Since I already have a huge mess going on, why not just add some more snow? So this is the soft snow. This is my favorite snow to use if I'm going to use snow because I feel like it looks the most realistic. Now for the most satisfying part of this project, the cleanup. I do think the mess was worth it though. So y'all let me know what y'all think about how this brass planter turned out. I thrifted this piece at the Goodwill bins. I really liked the wood frame and that it had a stand and it stood up on its own. It's originally from Hobby Lobby. However, I did not like the sign that was in it. So I'm just going to remove that using a hammer. It came out very, very easy. I thought it was just glued in, but it actually had some little nails. So I'll easily pull those out with my little pliers. I got this decoupage paper from Ruth and Ruby. It's called Santa Postcards, and it's all these different vintage Santa prints. And this is the one that I want to use. I kind of want to go with like a white holiday theme, so this one will work perfectly. To glue this down, I'm going to be using Fusion's Decoupage and Transfer Gel. I do have this available on my website, and of course, everything that I use in the video today, I will have links in the description for y'all, so definitely check that out. So I'm just going to put the decoupage medium on the piece, and then I'm going to put the decoupage paper on top. Now, I'm going for a very vintage look, so the brown background works for the look that I want to go for. But if you want it to be whiter and brighter, then you want to paint your background white first. Now I'm going to go over the paper with the decoupage medium again, and this will seal everything in. When I am decoupaging something, I do not worry about the edges. For me, the easiest thing to do is let my decoupage medium totally dry. You want to make sure it's dry before you do this step. And then you just sand the edges, and then all the excess very easily comes right off. So once I have all my edges taken off, I'm just going to hot glue this piece back into the frame, and then it is done. And I love the vintage look of this piece. I think it's definitely a lot better than the before. Alright guys, I hope that y'all enjoyed today's video. Please leave a comment below and let me know what was your favorite. Also, please let me know where y'all would like me to go from here. I personally DIY and decorate up until Christmas Day, but if y'all are wanting other things like year-round stuff, spring stuff, let me know. Or if you are enjoying the Christmas and winter DIYs, I can keep going on with that until December 25th if y'all want. So just leave me a comment below. Let me know what y'all are looking for. Let me know what direction you would like me to go next. Once again, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I hope y'all are inspired, and I will see y'all in the next one.